All right, Chairman.
Thank you. Good afternoon. The Board of Adjustment is now in session. My name is Anthony Robinson, and I will be chairing today's meeting. Attending today's virtual meeting are board members Mona Parsley, Joe Klitzing, and Mel Desimone. Also in attendance for the city is Mary Hart Burton, Zoning Administrator for the city, Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the city, who will also represent the city in the cases we are hearing today. Drea Gutierrez, Lead Zoning Specialist, and Rob Chapman, Board of Adjustment Secretary. Uh, our attorney for the board is Archer Mellon, and our court reporter is Laura Stewart. Today we will be hearing four cases. First, we will hear from the city's representative, who will explain why the permit could not be issued. Next, we will hear from the applicant or their representative. Uh, Please be prepared to explain your hardship and answer inquiries from the board members. Uh, then we will hear from those in favor of the appeal and then from those opposed. Please be concise as testimony will be limited to 3 minutes per person. When you come online via video or telephone, please wait to be sworn in by the court reporter. Then please state your name and mailing address. To ensure proper records for our court reporter, we ask that those online or by telephone to please remain on mute. Following testimony on all of today's cases, the board will go into its deliberative portion of the hearing, at which time we will vote on all cases heard. The board will notify each applicant or their representative of its decision by mail in about 2 weeks. You're welcome to remain during our deliberations. However, we will not hear additional testimony at that time. You may also call the lead zoning specialist, Drea, tomorrow at 314-622-3666 to learn the outcome of your appeal. Again, that number is 314-622-3666. Rob, will you please read appeal number 20592?
20592 at address 3122 Arsenal Street.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Beth, I'll go first. Good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to operate a counseling office at 3122 Arsenal Street. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of red brick counseling concerning the Building Commissioner's refusal to issue an occupancy permit authorizing the petitioner operate an office at 3122 Arsenal Street in City Block number 1469.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is Zone B, two-family dwelling district. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to fix reasonable standards to which buildings and structures shall conform. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.24.020, use regulations. A building or premises shall be used only for the purposes here as follows. Any use permitted in the A single-family dwelling district, two-family dwellings, semi-detached two-family dwellings, or multifamily dwellings for not more than 4 families, which comply with the area and parking regulations of the C district, where 40% or more of the frontage of the street is occupied by semi-detached two-family or multifamily dwellings. Also, conversion townhouses, accessory structures, and uses customarily incidental to the above uses, and temporary buildings for uses incident to construction work, which buildings shall be removed upon completion or abandonment of the construction. And then also section 26.24.025, which are the conditional uses. The conditional uses are the same as those in the A single-family dwelling district. And evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. So in summary, the applicant is looking to operate a professional counseling office on one side of a two-family dwelling Professional offices are not a permitted use in the B district. Therefore, a use variance would be required prior to approval. The City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency states that there's no adopted neighborhood plan covering this location or addressing this use. However, the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan calls this a medium intensity neighborhood. And the intent of these areas are to support a mix of uses, including some commercial activities and neighborhood serving businesses. Therefore, planning staff finds the request of appeal number 20592 is in keeping with the city's larger comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant.
Hi, thanks for having me today. Again, my name.
Yeah, just a second, Ms. Ballmer. We need to get you sworn in.
Okay.
Great, there you go. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, now I need you to state your name and mailing address for the record.
Beth Bemler or Elizabeth Bemler, 3120 Arsenal Street, St. Louis, Missouri, 63118.
Okay, proceed with your testimony.
I live at 3120, as I just said. I'm looking to use the other side of my property, 3122, to operate a counseling business. I have sent letters of support to Ms. Gutierrez from our Tower Grove East Neighborhood Association president and from our alderwoman, Alicia Sonier. They are both in support of rezoning and using my property in this way. I have evidence that other properties have been used in this way in the last several years. On 3558 Halliday, back in 2019, there was a owner that used their first floor for a counseling office. In 2018, 3539 Hartford was used as a counseling office, and their owner also lived there. And then in 2014, at 3301 Magnolia, the owner lives and occupies that building as well. So all of those are owners that operate counseling offices out of their homes, out of their buildings, live in one part of it and operate their counseling business out of another part of it. Not sure what else is appropriate to say other than I've lived here since 2014, so I've been in this property for 10 years. I intend to continue to live here, raise my family here. I have roots here that continue to be my roots until I retire. And so I hope that you all will consider letting me I am a licensed professional counselor. There is currently a shortage of counselors right now. Every counselor I know has a long wait list across the United States. And so I would love to be able to offer this really important service, licensed professional counseling, in the Tower Grove East neighborhood.
I have a question. What would be your hours of operation?
I intend to see clients between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday from 11 to 5 would be makeup sessions, and then Friday during the day would be administrative work.
Okay. Are all your appointments by appointment?
Yes.
Okay. No walk-ins, in other words.
No walk-ins, no.
How many appointments would probably be there at a time? Is there over? I don't know.
Overlap?
From 1 to 5, 1 to 2, and then one that's from 2 to. Do they show up 15 minutes early, or how does that work?
At the most, we would have two clients there at a time. This appointments go by hours, so I would have like a 1 o'clock and a 2 o'clock and a 3 o'clock. There's a chance that the 2 o'clock might show up and be in the waiting room while the 1 o'clock is finishing up.
Okay, you don't envision having any trouble with parking or anything?
No, there is a lot of parking in front of my particular, on my street, in front of my particular house, because right next to me is a rental unit, and then right down the street from there is a larger apartments area. And so both of those have parking lots in the back. And so it's really very rare to even see any cars parked in front of my house. And then all the way down from Michigan to Minnesota, there's hardly ever any cars out there.
Now, this one's going to be a curve. Do you have a commercial trash dumpster or commercial trash service?
Um, I'm unfamiliar with what that is, so I'm going to go ahead and say no. I am happy to get one.
Okay, the reason is the businesses can't use the city dumpsters. They don't pay for it. So
Okay,
you can get a the smallest one they have, then you have met the rules, I guess is the best way to put it.
happy to do that.
Okay, that's the end of my questions.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes, Mona, and you're muted.
Hi. My question is are you going to be the only counselor, or will you be having other counselors come in, maybe not now, but down the road?
I have considered that. I do know that I think I have to come back and get further permission if I was going to do that.
We can do
Right.
that now.
Oh, okay.
So let's talk about that down the road. Do you have room for that?
If I were to go that way, yes, I have some extra rooms. I would have 3 additional rooms, and in addition to what I would be using for my own practice. To be honest, though, I hadn't made the decision. Being um, a landlord is a whole different ball game from being a just one-person business owner, and so I was still kind of weighing the pros and cons. If I need to make a decision today, I don't know if I'm prepared to do
You don't have
that.
to, but if you were to come back, it costs you another $200 to change it. So we can deal with that now, or we can wait.
Beth, just to kind of explain the kind of like zoning components of that, is a variance is an exception to the code. You're asking for a use variance for a professional office for a counselor. So what Mona's trying to explain is if they would choose to grant a variance, they typically put conditions on it. And so if you plan to expand the business, that's an expansion of the exception. So you end up having to come back to the board at a future date if you choose to expand the business. So you don't have to make a decision today, but if they choose to condition it to one counselor, you may have to come back in the future, maybe when you're more prepared to kind of handle that. But it's up to you if you want to talk more about that or not.
No pressure.
Well, I'll just say I hope that if there are issues with having more than one counselor and that might take away my chances of getting it rezoned, then that makes me nervous. But if that doesn't make it any more difficult, then yes, it would be nice to save the $200 and the time and have that as an option available to me in the
So
future.
the maximum number of counselors that you might want to have in the future would be 3, yourself and 2 more. Would that be correct?
The maximum number of counselors, including me, would be 4.
4. Okay, well, we'll take that into consideration. So then that would be a maximum of 4 people at the building at a time with possible run over of people bumping into each other,
Yes,
right?
that's correct. Mhm.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mel?
No, Mona covered it. I was going to give her the option to expand that out. That's all. Thank you, Mona.
My pleasure.
Okay, any other board members have any questions? Okay. Thank you, Miss Beamer.
Benmore. Yeah,
Bimler, sorry.
no, it's fine.
Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal?
Is that a question for me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, a memo from Planning and Urban Design, a letter of support from Tristan McKenzie, President, Tower Grove East Neighborhood Association, and a letter of support from 7th Ward Alderwoman Alicia Sanye. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Rob, can you read appeal number 20595?
20595 at address 6123 Gravois Avenue.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Again, my name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to operate an auto repair shop and retail sales of new tires, no bodywork, no painting, no auto sales at 6123 Gravois Avenue. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the city's. The basis for denial of advanced auto service quality auto repair concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue an occupancy permit, authorizing the petitioner to operate an automobile repair, no bodywork, no painting at 6123 Gravois Avenue in city block number 5366.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is F, Neighborhood Commercial District. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to conserve the values of property throughout the city of St. Louis and protect the character and stability of residential, business, and industrial areas. It's also to regulate and restrict the intensity and location of use of buildings, structures, and land for trade, industry, residence, and other uses, and to regulate and restrict the intensity of such uses. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.16.010, uses are prohibited. No structure or land shall be used for use other than those permitted in the district in which such premises are located, unless such use is permitted by other provisions of the zoning code. And also section 26.40.020S, use regulations and conditional use summary, section 26.40.020 and or 26.40.025. Use regulations and conditional uses of the F Neighborhood Commercial District do not allow the appellant's proposal as stated above. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. So in summary, the petitioner is applying for an occupancy permit to operate an auto repair shop with retail sales of tires located in the F Neighborhood Commercial District, where auto-related uses are not permitted. Therefore, a use variance is required prior to approval. The City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency states that there's no adopted neighborhood plan covering this location or topic, but the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan calls this a medium intensity corridor. And these are areas in the city that are supposed to be pedestrian focused and designed to accommodate people arriving via foot, bus, and bicycle. These are areas that are to discourage automobile related commercial activities, as well as commercial activities that utilize drive-through windows. The intent is to create a pedestrian-oriented environment that discourages automobile-related activities. Therefore, planning staff finds this request, appeal number 20595, is actually not in keeping with the larger city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant. Mr. Sultan,
Yes, sir.
let's get you sworn in.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
And then can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Hello, everyone. My name is Mushtaba Sultan. My mailing address is 1047 Timber Creek Lane, Imperial, Missouri 63052. My business address is 6123 Gravois Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri 63116.
And go ahead with your testimony.
I grew up in the city of St. Louis. The city of St. Louis has given me everything. I just went to elementary school, middle school, high school, and finished my college at Rankin Technical College. I have been a mechanic for about 12 years. Previously worked at Manchester Auto Center. Just wanted to open my own business and help and support the community that I grew up in. So I'm just trying to see if I could get all of your help to open a business and support the city of St. Louis.
Okay. Any board members have any questions?
This is all, it's
sir.
already, it has been a repair shop before, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if you're going to do tires, how are you going to dispose of the tires to make sure we don't have any outside tires, because that creates a mosquito environment for us? So what are you going to do with the tires once you take them off the car?
Once we take the tires out of the car, we keep them inside the building. We call this disposal company where they would come pick up your used tire and disposal it according to the city law.
Okay. And you don't, so you would have nothing outside, no tires, correct?
Yes, sir. No, we will not be keeping any tires outside.
Okay. And do you have a commercial dumpster?
Yes, sir. We have a commercial dumpster.
Okay. What would be your hours?
My hours of operating is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
How many days a week?
6 days a week, Monday to Saturday.
Okay. How many employees do you have?
There'll be 2 more employees with me, so a total of 3, sir,
Okay.
with me.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Any other board members have any questions? Mona?
Evan, can you read what we typically, if approved, put conditions on for this type of business, please, sir?
Yep, absolutely. Mr. Sultan, these are standard conditions that the board can consider conditioning a variance with as it relates to auto repair. Number 1 is that the petitioner must obtain the proper permits from the City of St. Louis Building Division for any proposed signage at this location.
Yes, sir.
Number 2 is the petitioner shall properly dispose of all hazardous materials. Number 3 is there shall be no vending, ATM machines, or payphones on the exterior of the premises at any given time. Number 4 is there shall be no outside storage on the premises at any given time. Number 5 is there shall be no overnight outside storage on the premises at any given time. If a vehicle must remain overnight for any reason, it must be stored inside of a garage. And then there's a 5A that says if outside storage is needed, outside storage shall be limited to X number of vehicles or materials, etc. So if you plan to have any outside storage, now's the time to kind of discuss that with the board.
So I do. Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have parking space behind the building where I normally, if I get a car that I wasn't able to work on it that day, that's where I keep it in the back of the building. Now up front, I have I believe I have 4 parking spaces right in front of the building without the street. So sometimes if the customer comes in, they want to drop off their car during the night while I'm not there, they can park in front of my building. But I do have a designated parking space for the customer up front and in the back.
So a total of 5 spots?
4 spots up front, and I believe I have about 10 parking space in the back behind my building.
Okay. All right, they may have questions about that, but let me finish with the rest of the conditions that you might have concerns about and keep note of this so they can discuss it with you.
Yes, sir.
Number 6 is that there should be no body work or spray painting on the premises at any given time, per the testimony and per your application. Number 7 is the hours of operation should be limited to what you testify here today, which you've stated 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Number 8 is there should be no cord or rope type LED lighting surrounding or framing windows and doors. Number 9 is the stringing of lights, flags, and streamers on the premises is prohibited. Number 10 is exterior amplified intercom systems or phone ringing systems are prohibited. And number 11 is that the premises shall not be issued a public nuisance notice pursuant to ordinance number 68535 or any successor ordinance. Any additional questions, Mr. Sultan?
No, sir.
And
Mr.
then
Sultan, let's talk about these parking spots that you have. Now in the front, these 4 parking spots, are these for customers during the day? Or are they specifically for customers to drop off after hours?
Both. Let's say, the customer bring the car, they park up front, they go through the office to drop off their vehicle. Now, sometimes it's after hours and we're not there and there's a parking space available. Customer bring their car in, and that's where they park.
So after hours and you're closed up, there will not be any cars out front.
No, but unless, the customer, while I'm not there and the customer want to drop off.
No. Just when you close up,
No,
you won't have any cars there.
no, ma'am.
But a customer can drop a car there after hours.
But the customer can drop off the car after hours, or for example, this is, I just want to put it out there. Let's say we close at 5 o'clock, and the customer says, "Hey, I'll be there to pick up the car, but I'll be there at like 5:30." Then we wanted to leave the car up front for the customer. We have a drop box for the keys where they can pick up the car and pick up their key in the car. But yes.
Oh, so they might pick up a car that's ready
Yes.
after hours.
After hours, yes, they'll be pick up the car. They will be able to pick up the car that is ready. Yes, ma'am. But
Okay,
as
so there
far-
could be a ready car out front.
Yes,
Okay, in one of those 4 parking spots.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then now let's talk about the cars in the back.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have 10 spots in the back.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so you would put cars that are not complete in the back of the building.
Yes.
Is that area secure?
Secure? Yes, it's right behind my building. Yes,
Fenced,
it's not fenced.
so it's not secure.
We could get it. We can install a fence there.
Is
But
that
Mr.
something that,
Sultan
Yes.
and Mona, I'd like to clarify something because if you look at the board members have an aerial of the site. And so it's kind of like a pizza wedge shape. And the aerial shows that the property boundaries stop and only actually have 2 parking spaces in the rear. So I'm curious if Mr. Sultan, are you using technically the adjacent parcel as rear parking?
There are 2 buildings attached together at 6123 Gravois. There are 2 buildings attached side by side. One is being used as an office, and one is being used as a mechanic shop. The one that's we're using as an office has parking space in the back.
And you use that parking spaces?
Yes.
Okay. So we would actually need for a separate application on that separate parcel for essentially outside storage of parking.
Okay.
Today, this application was only for the auto repair of this particular parcel and address. So if you come into the office later in the week or maybe next week or call us and we can schedule a time, we can work with you on that separate parcel But today we're only here to discuss the actual auto repair shop at the address of, let's see, 6123 Gravois.
Absolutely. I'll be more than happy to stop
Okay.
by the office and whatever paperwork that needs to be done, I'll be able to do that, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm finished. Thank you.
So Evan, at this point, Evan, we can approve outside parking for 6 cars if we want to, right?
Yeah, it looks like there's 2 spots in the back and 4 in the front. So if you wanted to grant the variance for auto repair at this location and condition it with some kind of like restriction on parking spaces, yes, you could do it for 6 so that he could keep moving forward with his business. But Mr. Sultan, you really can't be using that parking lot yet on the adjacent parcel until we get you an application and get that cleared up.
Yes, sir. If that would be okay, I'll be happy to stop by sometime later on today to get this matter resolved as soon as possible. And,
One more question, sir.
yes.
Are you changing the name from, I believe it's, the signage is Advanced Auto something? Is that the name you're keeping or are you changing the name?
That's the name I'm keeping, it will save me some money.
Right. I don't think he needs to do a sign application, does he, Evan, with the name change, not changing?
Not unless he's changing the sign. He does not need a new application for a existing signage. That's his business name.
Okay, that just wanted to throw that out there and say it out loud. Thank you, sir.
Thanks so much.
Any other board members have any questions? Okay, thank you, Mr. Sultan.
Chairman, may I be recognized briefly?
Mr. Wallach, are you here to testify in favor or in opposition?
In favor, and just really to note my presence. I don't think I need to add anything, just that I am.
If so, Mr.
Here.
Wallach, if you are going to state anything, you will need to be sworn in.
That would be fine.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Wallach, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay. And then can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
My name is Roger Wallach. I am an attorney at law. My mailing address is and business address is 929 Fifi Road, St. Louis, Missouri, 63043. And yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And I'm here merely to note my presence in support. Mr. Sultan has asked me to simply make notes here and be aware of what was said to him as a kind of backup support for any outcomes that he might want to discuss with me later. And my own testimony would be that I hear nothing problematic or that I didn't step in because I didn't feel there was anything necessary for me to do that. But I thought the board should know that he did want me here to essentially witness it with him and be ready to discuss any upshot or consequences with him. That's all.
Okay. Any board members have any questions? Thank you, Mr. Wallach.
Thanks so much.
Is there anyone else here to testify in favor of this appeal? Mr. Bailey, let's get you sworn in.
Raise your right hand, sir. Thank you. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I testify that the statement I give is the truth.
Thank you.
Okay,
Good
Mr.
out.
Bailey.
Good afternoon, Chairman and committee and board members. My name is Kevin Bailey. I am the legislative assistant. The legislative assistant to Alderman Tom Oldenburg, which this business will actually go into the second ward if it is permitted. Um, the alderman is supportive of the business. We just need to make sure that the request
Mr. Bailey,
got to,
I'm sorry, before you
yes,
continue, uh, can you, I know the address,
address,
but
address.
for the record, thank you.
Okay, got it. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. My business address is 1200 Market Street, room 234, the Board of Aldermen, St. Louis, Missouri, zip is 63103. Please forgive me,
Thank
you
you.
all. Um, sure. The Alderman is supportive of this business. We just needed to get a letter of support confirmed with the Princeton Heights Neighborhood Association. And I have been in contact with their president, Derek Newmore, and we're supposed to talk this afternoon, but just want to throw it in there because I know his application, that was the only thing that he did not have a part of his application. That's all.
Okay. Any board members have any questions? All right. Thank you, Mr. Bailey. Is there anyone else here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay. Is there any appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, a certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, and a memo from Planning and Urban Design. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Rob, can you read appeal number 11976?
11976 at address 1401 Shoto Avenue.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Again, good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to make interior alterations for a gas station with convenience store and cooking per plans at 1401 Shoto Avenue. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of Connex Construction, care of Brad Anderson, concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue a building permit authorizing the petitioner to make interior alterations for a gas station with convenience store and cooking per plans at 1401 Shoto Avenue, located in city block number 448.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is Zone J, Industrial District. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to regulate and restrict the location and use of buildings, structures, and land for trade, industry, residence, and other uses, and to regulate and restrict the intensity of such uses. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.08.104.1, convenience store. A convenience store is a use not authorized as a matter of right by the regulations of the district in which the use is proposed to be located, but subject to being authorized for subject district by action of the zoning administrator. The appropriateness of particular use is to be determined based on the requirements of the standards. I think that's actually the incorrect citation, but it should have been the definition of a convenience store, which I will read here for you. A convenience store is any grocery or retail establishment not exceeding 3,500 square feet, offering for sale a limited line of grocery and household items and prepared foods, usually for off-site consumption. And then section 26.08.280 lot corner. Corner lot is a lot abutting on two streets at their intersection. Also, section 26.16.020 structures prohibited. No structure shall be erected, placed, enlarged, or structurally altered, unless such action shall make the premises upon which it shall stand conform to the regulations of the district in which the premises are located, unless authorized by the provisions of the zoning code. And then also section 26.56.050, which takes you all the way to 26.28.060A, area regulations, the front yard area. A is that when 25% of a frontage within the district is improved with dwellings, and the majority of such improved frontage has an observed front yard line with a variation in depth of not more than 6 feet, no building hereafter constructed shall project beyond the average of the front yard line so established, except that in no event shall the front yard line be greater than 50 feet. If less than 25% of such frontage is developed, then a front yard line of such frontage shall be the same as that for any other frontage located within 2 city blocks as designated by house numbers in any direction from the site. If no such precedent is available, then the front yard line shall be a minimum of 10 feet, but may not be required to exceed 25 feet from the front lot line at the front of the lot. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. So in summary, the applicant is applying to make interior alterations for a motor fuel pumping station with a gas and convenience store and cooking located in the J district, which is a permitted use in the district, but the proposed building actually does not meet the area requirements of the front yard setback, which shall not exceed 50 feet. So 2 area variances are required for this proposal prior to approvals. One distance of the front yard will be 65 feet 10 inches along Shoto, and then the other distance is 126 feet 10 inches from South 14th Street. Now this location has been in front of the board before, so I'm gonna kind of try to give a little bit of the background. On November 28th, 2018, the Board of Adjustment granted 2 area variances for front yard setbacks per appeal number 11170 with conditions to construct a commercial building for a gas station convenience store per the plans provided at that time. The building permit application was intended to demolish an existing convenience store portion of a gas motor fuel pumping station that had an occupancy permit and construct a larger one along the northwest corner of the parcel. That building permit was actually issued and allowed construction to begin in January of 2019. The construction started, however, it was never completed. And then COVID happened. And then on August 10th, 2021, building inspector Mike Cardwell abandoned the permit because work had ceased to continue. It was 2.5 years old at that point, and so the application was abandoned. Should the work have been completed, a new occupancy permit would have been issued rather than the one previously for the small kind of retail space on the interior of the site. And a new occupancy permit would have been issued. Several years passed, the parcel became somewhat of a problem. And then on May 15th, 2024, the Board of Adjustment revoked those 2 area variances for the building that was partially constructed, never completed. And therefore, there are no variances that exist, even though the building was partially constructed and the occupancy permit was revoked. So even though the site appears to have a structure, there are no true variances that exist on this parcel. So today, this building permit is essentially the completion of that convenience store for the gas station to proceed towards their occupancy permit. And in order to do that, it would need 2 area variances because it does not comply with the front yard setbacks of the J district. So that was a lot I threw at you. Are there any questions from the board about that? And then I do want to talk about, well, let me first, the planning department gave us a nice memo here. It says, this location falls within the Design Downtown St. Louis Neighborhood Plan. So the Design Downtown St. Louis Neighborhood Plan designates this area as a corporate office future land use. Additionally, the stretch of Shodo is identified as frontage street, meaning new buildings should address Shodo and be close to the property line as compared to what's being proposed and what the variances are asking for. And then the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan calls this area a Central Area East. And the Central Area East describes dense downtown areas that are very walkable, bikeable, and transit friendly, with high quality pedestrian infrastructure. In these areas, automobile related commercial activities such as gas stations are strongly discouraged. Despite no use variance being sought per this appeal, the granting of these area variances for the front yard setback would allow a use that is in direct conflict with the strategic land use plan. Therefore, planning staff finds the request of appeal number 11976 is not in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Excuse me. And then they also make a special note on this one that while outside of the purview of the current adopted elements of the comprehensive plan, staff would like to note that the Missouri Department of Transportation is currently undertaking major reconstruction of Shodo Avenue, or Missouri 100, and the goal of the project is to increase mobility and access along the corridor by installing protected bike lanes throughout. These improvements may be in direct conflict with the proposed use of a gas station. Sorry. Are there any questions about that from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant. And I thought I saw Mr. Anderson earlier, but I do not see him on here.
He is here calling by phone.
Okay. Mr. Anderson, let's get you sworn in.
Okay.
Mr. Anderson, this is the court reporter. Since you are on the phone, can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised?
Yes, my right hand is raised.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Anderson, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Yes, Brad Anderson, 437 Fashion Street, St. Louis, Missouri, 63111.
Okay, proceed with your testimony.
So we would like to continue the process of building the gas station for the interior plans that we have submitted. There were, as you know, noted, there was a variance granted before several years ago and during the COVID and all that stuff, and then everything got kind of messed up after that. So we feel that bringing back the new gas station under new management with making this a police substation, increased lighting, removing the kiosk that's there right now, no additional pumps, no alcohol will be sold in the store at all, period. And again, a police substation, improved security, we'll have a security guard on the premises at all times. So we feel that with these changes, we feel that this would be a benefit to the community as well as everything else around the downtown area, and should not impede the progress of the bike routes or changing the roads to make them more accessible to more cars and more bicycles and things of this nature. So that's basically kind of it in a nutshell.
Okay. Any board members have any questions?
What would your hours of operation be?
So right now, I think we're trying to look at 24 hours, but I don't think if the city does have an issue with that, then we could definitely scale back the hours. We're not trying to turn this into a QT or 7-Eleven. If the city decided that we would be open till, say, I'm just throwing some numbers out there, 5 o'clock in the morning until, say, 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night, that would be fine. We're not opposed to that. We don't want to do anything or try to submit anything that's going to be any type of detriment to this neighborhood of this entire area there, the downtown area. So to answer your question, I think that is contingent upon what the city feels that would be adequate for that neighborhood, if I said that correctly. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where our mindset. We're not really dead set on a 24-hour gas station. Again, if this is deemed a high crime area or that could be a potential problem, then we would definitely have no problem scaling back the hours to meet whatever the city deems would be adequate hours of operation.
Evan, do we have any standard conditions that we typically put on these, don't we?
Yeah, for convenience stores. So Mr. Anderson, I'll read some standard conditions. Try to take note of any that might be problematic for you or the operator.
Okay.
Number 1 is the hours of operation shall be limited to what you testify here today. Number 2 is the petitioner shall provide a commercial dumpster and establish a trash removal contract through a private source for regular pickups and maintain the entire premises in a clean and orderly appearance at all times. Number 3, there shall be no selling of liquor, alcohol, or non-intoxicating beer on the premises at any given times. Number 4, there shall be no cooking on the interior or exterior of the premises at any given times. Obviously, your application states that you would like to have cooking, so they would consider that. Number 5 is there shall be no sale of items that can be used or intended for use as drug paraphernalia. Excuse me. As defined in Ordinance 404. Can we get somebody muted? Thanks. Or its successor ordinances, including but not limited to food scales, glass tubes, disposable lighters with pop-off tops, steel scrubbing pads or screens, rolling papers, ephedrine or pseudoephedrine, diet supplements, sleep aids, bath salts, or other substitutes for illegal drugs. In addition, there shall be no sale of cigars or cigarillos commonly used or adapted for use involving a controlled substance. Examples of which, but are not limited to, the following: Phillies, Dutch Masters, White Owl, Swisher Sweets, Splitterillos, Blackwoods, Optimo, Garcia, Vega, and Game. Number 6 is there shall be no loitering, for which the petitioner must post a no loitering sign and enforce it. Number 7 is there shall be no vending, ATM machines, or payphones on the exterior of the premises at any given times. Number 8, the petitioner must apply for and receive a permit from the City of St. Louis Building Division before posting signage, and signage must be professionally prepared and approved by the Office of the Zoning Administrator before being installed. Number 9, there should be no temporary signage on the premises or posted to the exterior or interior of the windows or doors of the establishment at any time. Number 10, the petitioner shall provide a refuse container on the exterior of the premises for use by the customers. If another container is needed due to the level of business, it shall also be provided. Number 11, all windows and doors must have no boards, mesh, grates, materials, or coverings of any kind. Windows and doors must have proper blinds or curtains on the inside of the windows. Number 12, over-the-counter medications shall be sold in original packaging only and in accordance with all applicable laws. There shall be no sale of over-the-counter liquid medications in individual doses or servings. 13 is that there shall be no cord or rope-type LED lighting surrounding or framing windows and doors. And then 14 is the premises shall not be issued a public nuisance notice pursuant to Ordinance 68535 or successor ordinances. Do you have any questions about those, Mr. Anderson?
He's
I have
muted
a question. I have a question for Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson, you're not going to be the operator of this business? Who is?
Brad,
Brad.
it's,
Mr. Anderson, you're
You're
muted.
muted.
it's star
Okay.
6. There you
Am
go.
I? Okay, I'm sorry. This whole thing is weird. Okay. I'm sorry. I missed the question.
Who's going to be the operator of the business if it's not you?
Frontier Petroleum, Mohammed Paracha.
Is he here today?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, we'll talk
Yeah,
to you
I'm
later.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is
Um,
Mohammed Paracha.
Mohammed, we are not ready for you. Mr. Anderson,
Yes,
of the items that Evan listed, do you have any problems with meeting those?
No, not at all. In fact, we gladly welcome that because unfortunately, people do use cigarillos and things of this nature for marijuana and other substances and drugs and stuff like that. And we don't promote that at all. We don't want anything to do with that. We don't feel that income from that type of stuff is good income. So no, we would definitely not do that and have no problem adhering to those rules. Absolutely no problem whatsoever.
Okay.
I have another question. So I guess one of my concerns is loitering. Loitering has been an issue at this location in the past, and the response has always been, well, I can't control that. And if you can't control that, then that is an issue because this is the property and it is your responsibility to control your property. How are you going to do that in the future?
Two ways. One, we definitely want to make this a police substation, which we feel would be a very strong deterrent. Number two, we are going to have an actual security guard there during the business hours of operation, and then he would be instructed to also police that no loitering and reinforce that as well. So we feel that between that and law enforcement substation, we feel that would probably be adequate to deter that type of behavior on the property.
Have you already spoken with the police about this being a police substation? Have you already made those arrangements, or are you just throwing that out at me?
It's not that I'm throwing out at you. It's that that's what we would like to do. To answer your question, no, we have not reached out to the police department yet. I would hope that they would be welcome to the idea and that City Hall would be welcome to it as well. I'm not really sure, and I'm coming at a little bit of a disadvantage here, not knowing the actual procedure to do that, but we would definitely reach out to them, obviously, and as well as City Hall and you guys as well for further guidance on how to do that and see if we could hopefully set that up to where the
Board of
police
Adjustment
would want to
doesn't give
utilize that
guidance.
as
We don't do your job for
that's what-
you. We don't do your job for you at the Board of Adjustments.
Well, I understand. I'm not asking you to do my job, ma'am. What
Yeah,
I'm
we
simply
should
pointing
have a
is that
private security.
Well,
People,
hang on, Mohammed. What
I'm
saying
sorry.
is-
I'm sorry.
hang
Whoever's
on, Mohammed.
speaking
What-
outside of,
guys, please, one at a
Go ahead,
time. We
Mr.
want to
Anderson.
get an accurate record.
Mr. Anderson
What I'm
is
trying,
speaking.
what I'm saying is I'm not asking you to do our job for us. With all due respect, what I'm saying is we are going to reach out to the police department as well. But I'm saying to you, I don't know what the procedure is. So we are going to follow the rules and regulations of following that procedure to reach out to the police department. I was merely emphasizing the point that we are want to be in compliance with anything that would be a betterment to the community and make this a safe place for people to do business. So no, we're not asking you to do our job for us. No, of course not. But I'm just merely saying that this is the direction we're going in, and it doesn't hurt to, express this to the board so you guys know our attitude towards it and our position, which is we want to do everything correctly to ensure that people are safe.
I guess
you're
my
muted, Mona.
position is if you wanted to do everything, that you would come prepared, knowing that in advance, since you knew today was the Board of Adjustment meeting. So I guess what I'm going to ask is, do you know who the security company is that you're going to hire? And do you have that portion lined up? Because this has been a problem property in the past, and that's why you lost your ability to do business there.
Yes, well, we're in contact with several different security firms that could possibly handle this task. Keep in mind, we have not been granted permission yet, so we know that there's a time frame from the time of this interview to the board making their decision. So we thought it best to go to this meeting right now, lay out our case, explain what we're trying to do, and then if we are fortunate enough to be granted permission from the city to proceed, then we would definitely step up all efforts to secure a security company to overlook that, reach out to the police department and the cooperating offices and aldermen and whatever it takes to secure that police department as far as a substation and all those things. So yeah, we're not trying to put the cart in front of the horse, but we need to focus on this meeting and let you guys know that this is the direction that we're going in. And I think in due time, if we are granted permission to move forward, then we'll expedite that as soon as possible.
So it is your intention to have security there during all operating hours?
Yes.
Thank you.
Tony,
Yes, Mel.
have you reached out to the alderperson?
No, we have not. No, we have not. We have not reached out to them yet. We definitely want to. I think our strategy was to deal with one issue at a time because we know we cannot do everything overnight, and we're not trying to. We're not trying to go over the alderman's position. I mean, this hearing's authority. We want to tackle this situation first because we know there's been several issues. So we're trying to do things in a more orderly fashion so we make sure that everything is done correctly. That's our position.
I kind of think you went in the wrong direction. You need to really, in my opinion, you need to speak to the alderperson, and I think you need to speak to downtown St. Louis or the neighborhood association, which is there. I think it is downtown St. Louis. Anyway, that's what I had to ask. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and we will definitely reach out to them. Absolutely, and thank you for helping with that. I appreciate that. Yes.
Any other board members have any questions? Okay. Is there anyone else here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I think I heard Mr. Page first. So let's get you sworn in, sir.
Or
I
nothing
do.
but the truth?
My name is
Okay,
my name
go
is
ahead.
James Page, and my mailing address is Post Office Box 775692, St. Louis, Missouri, zip code 63177.
Okay, proceed with your testimony.
Thank you. Good afternoon, board members. Gas stations, as you probably know, have been a horrible and violent history in the city of St. Louis, especially in downtown St. Louis. As an example, Tucker Shell had the highest number of police calls for service in the city for about 10 years before Community Action closed that station. Fast forward to the BP station that was at the corner of 14th Street and Shoto. That station experienced at least 8 shootings and armed carjackings in recent years, and I can provide exhaustive documentation of those incidents to the board upon request. If appeal number 11976 is upheld or approved, How will safety and security be different than in the past? I don't believe that it will. I don't think it will be either different or better. Lastly, denial of the requested building permit will not deny people in the area residents, access to motor fuels or convenience store items. I personally did a survey, and there are 2 gas stations or gas stations and combination convenience stores to the east along Shoto in the area of Shoto and Broadway, and there are 3 to the west within about 1 mile from the property that we're discussing today. So, on behalf of the St. Louis Downtown Neighborhood Association and of the surrounding community, I request that denial of the building permit be upheld. Thank you.
Any board members have any questions? Okay, thank you, Mr. Page. Let's see. Officer King, let's get you sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I'm sorry, sir, you're muted. Can you hear me, sir? I'm sorry, I cannot hear you.
Okay, Officer King, you muted yourself on your phone. Try and unmute that. And then if you could say something. No, we're not getting anything from either right now.
Okay, I hit another button. I probably hit the wrong one. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Do you want me to swear him in again, Chairman?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, Officer King, if you could state your name and mailing address for the record.
My name is David King. My mailing address is 919 North Jefferson, St. Louis, Missouri, 63106.
Okay, and proceed with your testimony.
The problem properties unit is the unit that I work in, and we are in opposition of this permit. I've been here in this unit for 2 years and been directly impacted with 1401 Shoto when it was in operation. Over those 2 years, they've experienced shootings, shots fired, burglary, assaults, and calls for help for people on that property during business hours and after hours. I had a couple of points listed for the conditional use. Most of them were covered by Evan and one by Mr. Anderson, but there's a couple of them that we still like to see. And one of them is for the parking lot, if this would happen to go through, that the parking lot, the interior and the exterior of the building is supplied with surveillance cameras, high def quality cameras, if this permit is allowed to go through. And then we would also like to see, if this goes through, that the parking lot and the business coordinates with the large downtown events, either opening or closing, to provide security for that business, as far as like the blues or concerts or Cardinal games or exiting, that there's no problems for fans either entering downtown or leaving downtown. In closing, I'd just like to reiterate that we oppose the permit for this business at 1410 Shoto. And I believe that's all I have for you.
Okay. Board members, any questions? Mel?
The if this were to go through, is there room? Do you know if there's room for the um, real-time cameras that they could be tied into the real-time cameras?
It could be. I think I'm not an expert at that, but I believe that they would have to have an upgraded camera system that the real-time camera group downtown can have them join their camera system. It just can't be low quality. It has to be high quality, high def.
Okay. And then there's a gas station out on Broadway and Lombard. Is that still there?
It is. That is also a BP gas station.
Okay. So I want to know. So there is one within 10 blocks, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And thank you.
Any other board members have any questions? Okay, Officer King, the appellant testified about a police substation at this location. Could you give any insight to the possibility of that?
From what I've been told in the last year and a half or so, that they are not doing police substations anymore. That could have changed, but I have not been told otherwise.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your testimony. Mr. O'Leary, let's get you sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay,
Good
can you?
afternoon. My
Good
name is
afternoon.
Matt O'Leary. My mailing address is 901 Washington, apartment 706, St. Louis, Missouri, 63101. Thank you for hearing my testimony. I am the executive director of an organization called Downtown Forward, which focuses on a few items, including security issues in downtown St. Louis. I personally have been observing the conduct of business at the BP at 1401 Shoto for 10 plus years, and note that it has been a significant nuisance property that entire period of time. I pulled 10 years of calls for service data from SLMPD, and I just got the results today. Going back to the beginning of 2014, there have been 577 calls for service to that specific address, not including addresses around it, including just under 30 shootings and shots fired episodes, which is an exceptional level of violence. And that doesn't include the holdups, the disturbances, the sex crimes. I mean, it's an exceptional level of violence associated with that facility. And I submitted that to report to Ms. Gutierrez earlier today. I also pulled media reports associated with the facility. Since 2018, there have been 7 shootings that the media has reported, including 1 fatality. I do note that since the facility was shut down in early September of last year, there has been 1 call for service, and that was a traffic accident. So there's no way to argue that this facility is not causing those and that it's a problem with the neighborhood. Speaking to the prior testimony related to the design downtown and the new sloop plan, I have lots of experience associated with convenience stores, including the 7-Eleven at 17th and Pine and the Shell station on North Tucker. And I can tell you that gas stations with convenience stores dramatically interfere with the ability of other uses to operate and develop within close proximity associated with such a facility. I also did want to address the question of a security guard. We had experience at the 7-Eleven and the Shell station with security basically providing essentially no value to the community. Mostly they would hang out inside the store, make sure there wasn't any shoplifting, and to the extent that there was a problem inside the store, the security guards are trained to push the problem into the community. And the security guard, while seemingly useful in my experience, which is decades of experience, have not proven to be useful in securing gas stations. Thank you.
Any board members have any questions? Yes, Mo.
Mr. O'Leary, I just want to thank you for this detailed information and the time that you took to pull all of this to present it to the board. Very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other board members? Thank you, Mr. O'Leary.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, and a letter of opposition from Dan Pister, Chairman, St. Louis Downtown Neighborhood Association. And I believe we also have an additional letter of opposition that Evan will read into the record.
Yes, thanks, Chairman. We received this after packets went out to the board members, but this is a letter from the Preservation of Affordable Housing, a group joint letter, LaSalle Park Community Association, the Nestle Purina Pet Care Corporation, and Ameren, Missouri. September 29th, 2025, to the Board of Adjustment of the City of St. Louis. We are writing this letter to oppose the appeal filed by Connex Construction, Care Brad Anderson, from the determination of the building commissioner in the denial of a building permit, authorizing the petitioner to make interior alterations for a gas station with convenience store and cooking per plans at 1401 Shoto Avenue. It goes on to state the corner of Shoto and 14th is a highly visible intersection located at one of downtown's main access points from the south, as well as a point of transition between the commercial neighborhoods to the north and the adjacent residential neighborhoods both to downtown from the southern end and to our neighborhoods from the north. Multiple parties, including the City of St. Louis, are currently making major investments in the livability and quality of urban environment in the surrounding area and would be substantially impacted by negative auto-oriented use at this site. These investments include a $32 million Phase 1 investment in the Clinton Peabody to build a new mixed-use housing development on the site directly to the south of this property. This project includes many public investment partners, including the City of St. Louis, St. Louis Housing Authority, and the Missouri Housing Development Commission. There's also the $2 million resurfacing and safety improvement project to create a safer, more pedestrian-friendly Shoto Avenue in the City of St. Louis. This project seeks to reduce lanes and add pedestrian islands, create a parking protected bike lane, and encourage a more pedestrian-friendly environment on the entire length of Shoto, including directly south of this property. Also, significant private investment by Ameren, Purina, and LaSalle Park Neighborhood Association, the Lafayette Square Neighborhood Association, A.T. Still University, and other area partners seeking to contribute to a lively urban environment that creates a sense of safety. When previously operated, the gas station at this site was a significant health and safety concern for area residents and workers, including several documented incidents such as 2 robberies at gunpoint on July 2023, a shooting causing injury of a minor on June 9th, 2023, a shooting causing injury on July 23rd, 2023, A fatal shooting on December 12th, 2022. 85 calls for service to the SLMPD between August 2021 and August 2023, including calls for disturbances, shots fired, assaults, and robberies. Citations from the St. Louis City zoning, inspections for selling items intended for use as drug paraphernalia and improper signage. The property at 1401 Shoto Avenue has more than 30 Citizens Service Bureau complaints on record, including graffiti, debris, illegal open storage, and public nuisance reports. The history of this property, in addition to the current condition, prompts our opposition to a future use that is so similar to the past activity on this site. Our organizations are excited for the future of this area. With recent investments from nearby corporate partners, MoDOT, the City of St. Louis, the Housing Authority, and several major funders, allowing a gas station in this location would substantially harm the progress that is being made in this area. We look forward to working with the property owner to find a productive and complementary use of this site moving forward. Thank you. Sincerely, Bill Etling, Senior Vice President of Nestle Purina Pet Care, Brent Holmes, Board President of LaSalle Park Community Association, Patrick R. Brown, Director of Community Relations with Ameren, Missouri, and Julie DeGraff, Vice President of the Preservation of Affordable Housing.
And with that additional letter, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Rob, can you read appeal number 20580?
20580 at address 2255 McNair Avenue.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Again, good afternoon. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to operate outside storage of vehicles for an existing automobile sales business of new and used cars, no repairs, no body work, and no detailing at 2255 McNair Avenue, continued from June 4th, 2025. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis of denial for Cartopia concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue an occupancy permit, authorizing the petitioner to operate a storage outside at 2255 McNair Avenue and city block number 1386.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is C, multiple family dwelling district. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to sorry, a lot of talking today. Excuse me. Conserve the values of property throughout the city of St. Louis and protect the character and stability of residential, business, and industrial areas. It's also to regulate and restrict the location and use of buildings, structures, and land for trade, industry, residents, and other uses, and to regulate and restrict the intensity of such uses. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.16.010. Uses are prohibited. No structure or land shall be used for use other than those permitted in the district in which such premises are located, unless such use is permitted by other provisions of the zoning code. And evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. Again, this case was originally heard on June 4th, 2025, at which time Board Member DeSimone made a motion to approve appeal number 20580. However, after discussion, Board Member DeSimone withdrew his motion. And then Board Member DeSimone made another motion to table appeal number 20580 for up to 90 days to allow the petitioner to meet with the 8th Ward alderperson once that person was elected. And then also the community organization to see if they can resolve all of the issues. Board Member Hitt seconded that motion, and the motion passed by unanimous vote of the board, and it was rescheduled for today. A summary of the application, they are applying for outside storage of automobiles. It's located in the C district where auto-related uses and auto storage are not a permitted use. Therefore, a use variance is required prior to approval. They currently have an auto sales business across the street And so this would be essentially their overflow lot. The City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency states that there's no adopted neighborhood plan covering this location. However, this 2025 strategic land use plan, it calls it a medium intensity neighborhood, and describes areas of the city where many residential uses and some neighborhood commercial uses are encouraged, although automobile related uses like the storage of automobiles are explicitly discouraged. Therefore, planning staff finds the request of appeal number 20580 is not in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant. You are muted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, let's get you sworn in.
Okay.
You swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
My name is Haybet Sun. My mailing address is 2111 Gravois Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63104.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
All right. I own a car lot, used car lot on 2111 Gravois Avenue, and I decided to purchase the lot was next to my lot, and it was been vacant for many years, and I decided to buy it and expand my business so I can store some cars there, and my last hearing was Board of Adjustment suggest me to get a approval or support from the neighborhood association, and I reached out to them and I attended their meeting. I told them my plan. I showed them my plan, and I got their support. And I believe they sent a supportive letter to the city. All is left to get your approval so I can expand my business and build a new parking space with an approval within the permit and everything. So it'll be like a neighborhood problem was we were parking our cars on the street, and I removed them. That's going to eliminate the problem, and we're going to have extra parking space within the, you can look it up on the map, very close to my business. I'm sorry, I've been not feeling good, so my voice is kind of foggy. I'm really sorry about that. So all I need your support and approval to get going. Thank you.
Okay, any board members have any questions?
I do.
Yes, Molly.
So you've gone ahead and started using this lot already?
No.
You have cars on it?
I'm parking my cars that personally I drive. I don't want to park on the street.
Well, how many personal cars that you drive?
1, 2, 3, 4 cars supposed to be there.
No, there's a bunch more than 4 cars on the lot. There's like 7 cars on the lot today.
We parked them just to open up the gate. We just move them. We don't keep them overnight. We never keep cars overnight. We just put them there on the daylight, and we put it back in the lot.
How long is it going to take you to get the lot prepared?
As soon as I get the permit and everything approval, probably 6 months. Depends the winter how it's going to go. If it's going to go so hard, it might extend it more than 6 months.
Because the lot needs to be paved, because only
Yes,
a
ma'am.
portion of that lot looks to be paved. Does it go all the way over to the privacy fence?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Because it's full of weeds.
Plan was this.
I saw the plan.
Yes.
It's very nice plan. It just doesn't look like that now and you're using the lot already.
It's not. It looks like
No, no,
abandoned.
sir, you're parking cars on the lot and it's not zoned for any parking of cars at this time, whether they're personal cars, cars for sale, overload of cars. It's not zoned for that at all,
Correct.
but yet you're parking cars on it.
I can move them right away. I can move it.
Okay, all right, because right now you don't have the authority or the authorization to park anything on it,
Yes, ma'am.
just to be clear.
Yes. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm sorry because I just parked it there not knowing the regulation. I'm really sorry.
Okay, all right, I just want to be clear about what you can and cannot do. Right now, you're not allowed to park any cars on
Yes,
there.
ma'am. I will not park there.
Okay. All right, let's get through this and then let's
Okay.
get the parking lot fixed.
Yes, ma'am.
And as long as the other board members say okie dokie.
That's what I'm waiting so I can get
Okay.
going.
Well, you're not waiting, you're parking cars over there.
No, for the approval. Yes, ma'am. I can get
Okay.
him.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other board members have any questions? Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Okay, hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits. Certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, city journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from planning and urban design, letter of opposition from Alex Winters, letter of opposition from Paul Sableman, president of McKinley Heights Neighborhood Association, copy of proceedings from June 4th, 2025, meeting notice letter from October 1st, 2025, City Journal public notices for October 1st, 2025, photographs for October 1st, 2025, Sanborn maps for October 1st, 2025, memo from Planning and Urban Design for October 1st, 2025, letter of support from Paul Sableman, President, McKinley Heights Neighborhood Association, and email of opposition from Benjamin Klump and Amy Melee. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. That concludes our testimonial portion of the hearing. We will now go into deliberations. Laura, thank you for your service.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Okay, board, 5-minute recess, or shall we continue?
Continue.
Let's march on.
So be it. Appeal number 20592, 3122 Arsenal Street.
I don't have a problem with this.
You got condition? I'll second it. You got conditions?
I'll make a motion to approve. She needs to get a rollout dumpster. Hours of operation Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and can have up to 4 counselors. should not be deemed a nuisance property.
I question the thought of expanding it to 4 counselors.
Okay, I'm okay with
Because the
backing that
approval,
down.
well, let me explain why. Because the approval letters from the alderman and the neighborhood don't specify that she can expand it. They were told it's just one person,
Okay.
and their decision was
Oh,
based
I
on
didn't
that.
catch that. Okay.
So
All right,
I
then
would
let's make it one.
suggest that if she wants to expand, she can come
She
in
can
and
come
spend
back.
the $200.
Okay, well, let's just do one then.
And I would agree with that because I believe that if you end up with 4 counselors, then you no longer have the overlap of just 2 people. You could have an overlap of as many as 8 people.
Well, not only that, you could have 4 there, 4 waiting, and you now got 4 more people that are there. So now you got 12 cars possibly that you got to deal with as opposed
Yeah.
to just 2.
Okay. All right, one counselor. Still might, I think she's fine with 11 to 8.
I think Mary's got her hand up.
Mary.
Hi, I just want to confirm the wording on that condition is that the variance is limited to 1 counselor
Yes, ma'am.
premises. Okay, thank you.
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion made by Mona, seconded by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries as conditioned.
Won't be a
Findings?
detriment. Won't be a detriment as conditioned.
Thank you.
Okay. Appeal number 20595, 6123 Gravois Avenue.
I don't have a problem with this. We're gonna put some things on it, but it's an auto repair place now, and it always has been. I think if we,
Because it helps make it pedestrian because the cars that are in there don't run. And puts
but
those people on
the
the feet.
the 4 parking spots in front don't interfere with the sidewalk. They don't stick out that far. So, and they're striped. They're already striped, Joe. And the 2 in back are striped. So I don't have a problem letting them
I
have
was
us.
just without my car for a day or 2, so I know what it's like to not have a car and be pedestrian. So
I said I don't have a problem having them open Sunday or Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5. Have to have all the conditions that we talked about. I think that he said he could meet all the conditions of the dumpster and everything. Let's see what else. And there's parking in the front, only more than 4 cars and no more than 2 in the back.
Does it talk about tire pickup on that, Mr. Evan?
That's
No
not,
outside.
no, it's
But
not a
it says-
standard one.
But there's no outside storage for tires, so
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, never mind.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion made by Mel, seconded by Joe. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Findings, Mel?
Should not be a detriment as conditioned.
Okay. Appeal number 11976, 1401 Shoto Avenue.
They had 10 years worth of information, and I can go back another 20 and tell you that's been a problem since I was on the street.
I'll make a motion to uphold the building commissioner.
I'll second that. Oh, go ahead. And here's the thing too: is the one made mention about the gas station up, the QT up on Shoto, and the other one, I think it's Shoto and Lafayette. But there's yet another BP station at Broadway and Lombard. So within 10 blocks of either direction, they have a service station to go to, and the QT is their other one. So, yeah, That's just
There's
my
a
comment.
little one right there outside of Lafayette Square, opposite
Yeah.
side of the street. They don't have these issues.
I know. But there's enough places to get gas downtown, either up on Jefferson. There's two places on Jefferson. There's one's up by 44, one's up by 40. And then if you go down to where the White Castle is down there on Broadway at Lombard, there's a BP station down there. So I don't think we need to have another gas station anywhere in the downtown area. So it's my comments.
Okay, so motion made by Joe and Mel, did you second that?
I think
Or-
Yeah, he can have it.
I got it. Yeah, I second it.
Okay. Motion made by Joe, seconded by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And finally, appeal number 20580, 2255 McNair Avenue.
He did when we asked him. He must have gone to the neighborhood organization and was able to, change their minds. So, and
He's
it's
been parking cars there more than just today. I just want to say that. I drive by there all the time. Just want to make that comment. But he did get the approval of the neighborhood association. So I don't have a problem with it. I just didn't like the way that he's already been using that lot for a while.
Do you want any conditions?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make the motion to approve with the following conditions. Evans, start. It was
Needs
You
to
want me to
pave
start?
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
shall be paved and striped per parking plan layout that was submitted.
Yes,
Should not be issued the nuisance notice.
correct.
Do you want anything about streamers and banners that
All
stand-
all the conditions that's apply to the used car sales. No streamers, no banners, no outside vending machines and stuff like that. Can we get those all in there?
Can we say it needs to be kept clean
Yes.
from litter? Because you go a block over and that lot is just littered with litter. Maybe it's 2 blocks.
do you want me to read you the auto sales ones or
No.
you just come? Okay. So the first one is we kind of addressed the entire parking vehicle display area shall be paved and striped and it shall conform. Number 2 is that the parking lot shall be submitted to the zoning administrator for approval before the occupancy permit
Right,
is issued. Number 3 is vehicle parked on lot shall be approved in parked spaces. All spaces shall be equipped with approved bollards or wheel stops or sometimes you say fences, so as to prohibit vehicles from encroaching on public right of way. 4 is that the parking lot layout spaces shall be labeled vehicles for sale, customer parking, employee parking, or other uses. Number
This
5.
is just an overflow lot, so he's not supposed to be using that lot, nor was that approved by the neighborhood. Was my understanding that that's just for his overflow lot?
So only cars for sale is what you're saying, right, Mona?
Yes.
Okay, we can make that a condition. Only cars for sale.
And then also, just so we don't miss it, he's supposed to be putting that wrought iron fence around it.
We already
Okay.
addressed.
Okay, I'm just making
Yeah,
sure.
as
Per plans.
per
Per
plans.
plans.
Thank you.
And then the other
Do you
part.
want a height limit?
No.
No. Okay.
I think it's per plans.
Per plans. Good. Let's see. Vehicles owned by petitioner are prohibited from being parked or sold on public streets, alleys, sidewalks adjacent to this location.
Yes. Yes.
Access egress from the lot shall be permitted utilizing established curb cuts and driveways only.
Yes.
No access shall, okay. The stringing of lights, flag streamers are prohibited.
Yes.
Any lighting to be installed shall be installed on metal or masonry poles with underground wiring not exceeding 22 feet in height and adjusted so no more than 0.5 foot candles falls on any abutting residential premise.
Yes.
Okay. There shall be no exterior signage installed on premises until separate approvals and permits are received from our city agencies, including mobile commander boards and balloons on tethers.
Yes.
Exterior amplified intercom systems, phone ringing systems, music systems are prohibited.
Absolutely. Yes.
The next one's about existing buildings on the premises shall be completely repaired and restored pursuant to applicable zoning and building codes.
There are no buildings on that.
Okay, so not number 11. 11. Sorry, making a note. 12 is there shall be no storage of derelict or salvage vehicles permitted on subject premises. Good. 13, there shall be no vehicular, mechanical, or body repair or spray painting permitted on the subject premises in public streets, alleys, sidewalks, or adjacent locations.
Yes.
No open storage of mechanical body parts, batteries, tires, motor oil, fluids. I assume yes.
Yes.
There shall be no salvage of parts from vehicles on subject premises.
Yes.
The hours of operation limited to what they testified.
Yeah.
Did they testify hours?
Yeah.
No.
No, they didn't. To conform with what he is already using across the street.
Let's see. I think I have that variance. Hours of operation are limited from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, closed Sunday.
That's the same as he's got across the street. Yes.
Okay.
And then the plans look like the entrances are different from his current curb cuts that he currently has.
When he applies for a building permit, it'll get routed to streets because streets actually has to approve like closing and opening of curb cuts.
Okay.
That's my motion with the conditions.
Okay. I wasn't quite done with all of them though. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
There's so many. But yeah, the cord rope type lighting, I think is fine. The petitioner shall provide a commercial dumpster. Do you want a dumpster on this one or the one across the street counts? No, okay, we'll just remove 18. The petitioner provide do you want any refuse containers on the premises?
I think he should have one. Somebody's gonna be walking around looking at the car. Yeah, I want a refuse container there.
Okay, one refuse container. Number 20 is that there shall be no vending ATM machines or payphones.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then of course the nuisance one, which you already said.
Correct.
Okay. I think I got your motion.
I think you can survive with that.
I'll
Okay.
second the motion.
Motion made by Mel, seconded by Joe. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All of those opposed? Late aye. All of those opposed? Motion carries. Findings, Mel?
Should not be a detriment as conditioned.
Okay. Meeting minutes.
I read over them. I didn't see any errors or anything which I gotta go back and see which one. Hang on. Minutes from
September 24th.
Yeah, September 24th. I read through them. I did not see any errors. So I would make a motion to approve as printed.
I'll second.
Motion made by Mel, seconded by Joe. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting minutes approved. Any new business?
I have no new business for you, and we have a meeting next week, so see you next Wednesday.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Meeting adjourned. See you next
Thanks,
week.
everyone. Have a
Thanks.
good
Hi,
day.
y'all.